Arrow Lake is Intel's revolutionary new processor for mainstream desktop, featuring new P-cores and E-cores, disaggregated tile-based 3D Foveros packaging, an integrated NPU for AI acceleration, and next-generation uncore DLVR power rails, and so much more. In this video series, I have a look at the Arrow Lake performance tuning and overclocking opportunities. Have a look at the compute, memory subsystem, and data fabric. In this video, we have a look at the NPU. The Neural Processing Unit, or NPU, is located on the SoC Tile, which it shares with a lot of other IP blocks. The AI Boost branded integrated neural processor is based on the NPU 3 design, which is also featured in Meteor Lake. NPU 3 features two neural compute engines, or NCEs. A single NCE is capable of delivering 4 int8 TOPS at 1 GHz. However, the clocking of the NPU is very similar to any other devices on the Arrow Lake CPU. We have a reference clock, and that gets multiplied by an NPU ratio. The 100 MHz reference clock is derived internally from the SoC PLL. However, it can also be clocked with an external clock generator, providing the reference clock for the SoC Tile. This PLL can be linked to the CPU PLL when you run it in synchronous mode, or work independently if you run a synchronous mode. You can configure the SoC BCLK frequency between 40 and 1000 MHz. In the ASUS ROG BIOS, you can configure the SoC BCLK frequency in the AI tweaker menu by first setting AI Overclock Tuner to anything else than auto. The reference clock gets multiplied by this NPU ratio. Unfortunately, we can't change the NPU ratio on Arrow Lake CPUs. The default NPU frequency is 1.6 GHz. The voltage regulation for the NPU is very similar to other devices on the SoC Tile. The external VCCSA motherboard VR powers a number of parts on the SoC Tile, including the NPU. Unlike the compute IP, the parts of the SoC Tile are not powered using DLVR, so the power delivery is identical to previous architectures. The most relevant parts powered by the VCCSA voltage rail are the neural processor, the next generation uncore, and the memory controller. The voltage configuration of the VCCSA voltage rail is rather complicated. Since multiple IP domains share the voltage rail, the VCCSA voltage is set based on the highest requested voltage from the various connected IP blocks. There's no NPU-specific voltage available in the BIOS. However, in the ASUS ROG BIOS, you can set the VCCSA voltage rail in the AI tweaker menu by configuring the CPU system agent voltage. The NPU power management is also similar to other devices on the SoC Tile and previous of these devices on other Intel CPUs. Basically, there's a couple of work points that the power control unit can switch between. And these work points are typically defined by a ratio and a voltage. By default, the NPU frequency idles at 733 MHz and boosts up to 1.6 GHz. There's also a work point at 333 MHz, which gets activated when the NGU ratio is set to anything except 26x. However, I think that will get fixed in later BIOSes. Due to the lack of NPU ratios, the only way to improve the NPU performance is by overclocking the SoC base clock frequency. When the BCLK is configured to asynchronous mode, the only frequencies affected by the SoC BCLK are those from the graphics and SoC Tile. The IP on the compute tile, including the P-cores, E-cores, and ring, are not affected. The NPU has a surprisingly large overclocking headroom. I could easily increase the SoC BCLK to 120 MHz. That increases the NPU frequency from 1600 to 1920 MHz, and it also increases the performance in the Procyon benchmark by about 20%. And with 125 MHz, we can even get to 2 GHz. Increasing the memory frequency can also help with NPU performance, however, the scaling is limited. When we increase the memory frequency from DDR5 4800 to DDR5 7200, the Procyon performance improved by only about 3%.